Welcome back to another episode of That Don't Sound Right, a podcast about talking. We're your co-hosts. I'm Peter Billman,
I'm Cecil Davis.
and we're just trying to have a conversation without Googling or fact-checking. Those things can so easily kill the conversation.
I can't imagine what we're going to talk about tonight because you prefaced it, but I have I don't know. Number one, I don't know what the topic is because you haven't told me yet.
And these are the best ones,
But you
by the way.
preface it, you give me a clue, but I can't figure out what it is.
And this also comes from a listener. So there's a gentleman who was shopping for shoes.
Mm-hmm. This is a true story?
This is a true story.
Okay.
Shopping for shoes. And this gentleman wears a size 13.
Okay.
All right.
So do I.
And so he went to a specialty shoe store. Say that 3 times real quick. A specialty shoe store, and that specializes in, kind of high-end shoes. So Birkenstocks and Martins and Chuck Taylor Converse. So, but he was going there for a set of Chuck Taylors. All right.
Yeah.
He was going in there, and he wanted an orange pair, so the bright orange, safety orange. He just wanted a pair of orange Chuck Taylors.
Okay.
Right? Very hard to find in general.
I can imagine.
Right? Very hard to find. Even harder to find, I imagine, in a size. You wear a size 13? How long have you worn a size 13?
Probably since 8th grade.
8th grade? All right.
Yeah.
Is it difficult to find size 13 shoes?
It can be. Well, it can be difficult to find size 13 shoes in the type of shoe you want.
All right. Okay.
Right.
What shoe is it easy to find a size 13?
That's a good question. Like, I'm not sure what is easy to find, but like I have particular running shoes I like to wear. Sometimes it can be a little difficult to find
Okay.
the running shoe that I like in the size I want.
All right.
Yeah.
So clearly this guy was looking for can you imagine how rare would it be an orange Chuck Taylor in size 13? How hard would that be to find?
I wouldn't even know where to start, really.
Right.
I'll go to the internet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. But if you wanted to go try it on.
Yeah.
So you have to, I'm sure there's a couple stores around here that carry Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
And might have a good selection. And it's usually these specialty shoe stores.
Yeah.
Say that again 3 times for me. But anyway, so he goes in there and I said, I wear size 13. And the person comes out and says, "Hey, I got them." All right.
Really?
They had them.
Orange Chucks, size 13.
Yep. Orange, bright orange.
Yeah.
So he pulls them out, takes them out.
Yeah.
And before he puts on, there's something in there. There's something in the shoe. Can you guess what's in the shoe?
Is it live?
No, it's not alive. It's not alive.
Another shoe.
No. One more guess? You want to guess one more time? What would be in the shoe?
A foot?
No. That's a good guess. That's a good guess. A little grim, but that's a good guess.
Well, that's not because I'm watching Andor right now.
Oh, is it good?
Andor's, yes.
Okay.
Andor is, I cannot recommend it highly enough.
All right.
Especially second season.
We'll have to come back to that.
Yeah.
Drug paraphernalia. Heroin, spoon, lighter.
In the shoe?
Needle, drugs and drug paraphernalia in the shoe.
A new shoe?
Brand new shoe.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I've got a lot of questions. Well, that don't sound right because it's a new shoe, right? They went to the back.
Yeah.
Was it a return?
It could have been. It could have been a return. What else? But that became the mystery. And evidently, this is kind of a bit of a story in this town amongst the shoe dealers.
Right.
Like this is kind of legend.
This can become quickly a urban legend.
Sure.
Because there's a couple things that can happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Either the person in the shoe store is using.
Yeah.
And they thought, where can I hide my drugs? And they're like, oh yeah, nobody's ever going to buy a pair of size 13 orange shoes.
That's the theory.
Yeah.
That's the theory.
And so you stash them in that shoe
Yeah.
because that's never going
to sell.
Ever.
I mean, it's 13.
You're positive of it.
And there's plenty of room.
Plenty of room. It's never going to get. It's never going to move.
That's right.
Guaranteed. Mm-hmm. And then somebody walks in and buys that pair of shoes.
That's right.
So is this a true story? Do you know this happened?
I trust the source.
This has all the marks.
I trust the source.
All the marks of an urban legend so far. All right. The second thing that could occur is their manufacturing. Somebody could have been using and stashed it as the shoes were coming off, they stash it in the shoe, and then before they get back to it,
Yeah.
it gets boxed up and sent out.
Okay. Yeah,
on
I
the
can see
container
that.
ship,
I can see
right?
that. That wasn't on. I only had 2 theories on the list. That
Yeah.
was not on it.
Right. It could have happened sometime in shipping, but that's probably a little more unlikely on
Yeah.
the container anyway. But maybe when it got to the distribution center, again, somebody's using, they're like, oh, I'll store them in this box because
Right. Who's going to order these?
who's going to order these?
Right.
None of the stores are going to ever order these. We'll never ship these out.
Yeah.
And then it gets shipped out.
Right.
Those would be my guesses. Or it's a return.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody hid their stuff at home and somebody's mom returned it.
Why did I buy these? Why did we buy these?
Why did
Things?
we buy
No
these?
one's wearing these.
And then they got sent back to the store. He's lucky he didn't stick his foot in there.
Well,
and
that's
get
stuck. Yeah.
No,
So I mean, another option
Uh.
is that it was a drug transaction gone wrong. In that
Mhm.
the dealer, the seller,
Mhm.
worked at the shoe store.
Okay.
Also, as a drug dealer on the side,
Uh.
and that's how he moves his merchandise without getting caught.
Ah,
Oh, you want
the size 13.
see Mike
Uh,
at the shoe store asked for a size 13 orange Chuck Taylor.
that's a good. That's
And instead of paying $50 for the shoes, you have to pay $150 for the
Right.
shoes.
Huh.
But he'll have everything you need.
but they never solved what it was.
They didn't. They never did solve what happened.
I never
what the
be
real
careful
story
about
is.
put my feet in any shoes.
Well, especially orange Chuck Taylors.
Huh.
Now, the reason that the second, the
Mhm.
one I explained, could be plausible, is that is a technique for selling drugs
Mhm.
in states where possession is legal. This I did not know.
You sell something else.
That's right. You say you want a little bag of something, marijuana or whatever. Well, actually, it's got to be marijuana because
Right.
marijuana is the only thing that you can
Illegal,
possess.
right?
Right. So I want a little bag of marijuana.
Yeah.
I can't buy it, but I can buy a bracelet.
Right.
I want that bracelet. Yeah, I do want a bracelet. Yeah, I want a 1-bag bracelet.
Right.
And so you're really buying the bracelet.
Yeah.
And marijuana is attached to it. And so you never bought it.
Mhm.
That person never sold it.
Right.
It was just,
Get around it.
it was actually a way of getting around it.
Right. I've heard the same thing with scalping tickets.
Oh, really?
Like if scalping is illegal, they'll sell you a tube of chapstick and then give you 2 free tickets.
No,
but the
okay,
chapstick
yeah,
costs
there it
you
is.
$300.
That's right,
and
that's
you get
right.
2 free tickets.
There it is.
This actually happened recently. I want to say it was here in Winston, where someone had every morning was cooking like waffles or donuts or something like that for people going into school,
Yeah.
and got shut down because you couldn't sell food without having a license.
Oh.
So he started selling napkins and would
No.
just put the donut on top of the napkins.
Brilliant.
Yeah, to kind of get around the licensing law.
My son Jack, who used to be on, who's been on the show once
Yep.
or twice,
Yep.
that was his gig,
What's that?
selling waffles
Really?
in the parking lot
Where?
at their high school.
Oh, he would do that in the morning?
Yeah, he would sell waffles. I don't think I don't think they ever shut him down. I don't think he became renowned enough.
How did he cook them?
He had a waffle maker that plugged in the cigarette lighter. I
Good
think
idea.
he sold some. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
think it was big business for him, but he
Right.
definitely.
That's
But
good.
that's a clever thing that you sell a napkin and
Yeah.
here's
I
a
think you should sold a napkin. That's clever that he was doing the waffles.
yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want a waffle in the morning?
In fact, if I were to receive a waffle in the morning, I'd be really good mood.
Yeah. Going into school like that?
Yeah, with a like a crunchy Belgian waffle.
Yeah.
Would you be up?
Fresh off, yeah.
You know, at our factory up
Uh-huh.
in Virginia,
Uh-huh.
every once in a while, the plant manager he had a special fuel tank
Uh-huh.
that was converted into a giant waffle iron,
Oh, and he would make waffles?
and he would go around the plant
Uh-huh.
plugging it in, and he would make waffles for people when they came on their breaks.
Nice.
So when they came off their breaks, he had waffles to hand out, and then he would unplug it and go to another area of the plant, plug in. They'd take a break. Waffles for everybody.
It's a good idea.
Waffles have I don't know. There's something about a crispy
Right.
waffle that does make me happy.
I even like you go to a hotel and they have a waffle maker.
Oh yes,
That's actually a nice little. It's
we
nice.
were just at one. Have you been to the ones lately
Yeah.
where before it was one big waffle
Yeah.
right? It was in 4 sections.
Right.
They make them now.
Uh-huh.
There's 4 individual mini waffles
I
in
hadn't
the
seen
same
that.
iron.
Oh, nice.
So now you don't have to make if you're not that hungry, you just make
Right.
yourself 1 or 2 mini waffles.
Yeah.
But going back to the Chuck Taylors,
Go back to
going back to the
Right.
Chuck Taylors. So it could have been it could be any of
Right.
those situations.
I think it was probably a user, just because the kit was complete.
Ah,
I think it was just drugs. You
right.
wouldn't sell the whole kit.
Ah, right.
I think it was a user that got his stuff, his
It was-
stash.
right.
Yeah. And you've worked in big plants before.
Mhm.
People have their areas where they are stashing
They have a place.
illicit stuff.
They even have a place to stash themselves
You're right.
to take a nap.
So the best one I ever saw was in a big storage cage. So if you've never been in an industrial plant, you have areas that are secure. They're big cages. They could be 2-3 stories high. You've got different levels in there. So this person, between these big boxes that had motors, electric motors in them, so they're
Okay.
probably 2 or 3 feet high.
Yeah.
He had created a cave behind that
Oh,
that was
yeah.
big enough for him. But that was not the genius of it.
Okay.
When you have these big motors, what they do is they put a piece of plastic down over top of them, and then they spray foam on top of that plastic.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
It's like
yeah.
you don't want it
yeah.
to shift around.
Right.
They put down the piece of plastic, they spray the foam. But when you lift that out, it's like a big cat bed,
Right.
like a human-sized cat bed in the shape of that motor.
Yeah, that's right.
And so he had one of these foam pieces
No.
back there, and so he had a bed back there. So he had food and radio and a bed, and he would go back there, and that was his.
No.
his hideout.
Sounds like George Costanza's
right
desk where he created a secret compartment to take a nap.
Yeah. But people, if you have a plant big enough,
Yeah.
I've even recently know people that have little spots back in the warehouse that they can go and hide out.
There's there's the one factory I worked at. It was where the buildings were. One building was added onto another.
Yeah.
And so the roof didn't exactly match up. So there's this
Right.
literally a long corridor.
Yep.
Where you couldn't stand up in it, but you could lay down.
You lay down.
You go up there and you lay down.
Right.
And I don't know if this is true. Urban legend at the truck factory that there's an area where the trucks are parked where they get repaired.
Right.
So they come off the line. There's something wrong. We were missing a part.
Yeah.
And so it goes to the repair shop. And there's just all these trucks sitting there waiting to get repaired.
Right.
And so there are repairmen that's their job. Read, okay, what's the problem?
Right.
Go get the part, fix it.
Right.
But there's a legend of repairmen wanting to take a nap. And so what they would do is they get on their creeper and they would creep underneath the truck.
Right.
And they would zip tie their hands up into the truck. So it looks like, so if you look underneath there, you see it. You might see his feet because the way he's turned, but you see his hand up into the truck. As he's clearly working. Hey, Mike.
Right.
Hey, Mike. Oh, he can't hear me. He's clearly working on the truck.
Right.
He has zip ties his hands up to hold it up so it looks like, and he's sleeping.
Never underestimate what people can do
to take a nap.
Yeah. My dad said in the Navy they would batten down the hatch that was coming down the ladder. They would, it had a spin lock on it.
Right.
And they would wedge a wrench in there. So if the officer on the deck was coming around and spun that hatch open, it would knock the wrench down like to the bulkhead, and then it would be like an alarm. You'd jump up, you wouldn't have to.
Here he comes.
Right. But yeah, that's what I think it is. Somebody had their stash back in the stock room.
Right.
I wonder if they went through all the shoes after that.
You would think, because the last thing you'd want to do is give another customer a shoe full of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah, and surely they have cameras now.
Right. We talked about that a couple episodes ago.
Right.
With don't stash your drugs in your shoes. Don't try to drug your grandchildren.
Right.
And blame the
ice cream. The episode where they stuck the drugs in the ice cream.
Right.
And they tried to blame the Dairy Queen.
That's right.
There's cameras everywhere.
That's North Carolina, man.
Yeah. That's right. That was North Carolina.
I won't tell you the state in which this occurred, but obviously that own state has its own set of problems.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. There's too many cameras around now.
Yeah, in the stock room.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye out on the orange Converse.
Yeah. And plus, I would think if they were lighting up that spoon in the back, yeah,
It's hard to say what they're doing. You think it would set off an alarm or
set
you'd
off some
smell
kind
it.
of alarm. Yeah.
I don't know what heroin smells like
When it's cooking.
when it's cooking anyway.
All right. Well, it don't sound right, but I think you've come to this end of the episode of That Don't Sound Right.
Well, we want to thank everyone for listening and watching us on YouTube. If this is your first time and enjoyed the conversation, or mildly enjoyed the conversation, hit that subscribe button for us. If you're a longtime listener or viewer, please consider giving us a review or rating so others can easily find us and join the conversation.
All right, That Don't Sound Right is a production of TDSR Podcast in conjunction with Camel City Studios. I'm your co-host and I'm not your web designer. I'm your sound engineer. Peter's your web designer and your other host. Camille's your barista, but Olivia filled in tonight. Emily does your graphic design. Elle does your Instagram. Giorgio tests your merchandise. And people have bought some merchandise recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. All right, good.
They probably haven't received it yet. But
Yeah,
at
that's
least
probably the
purchased it.
problem. Hang in there. It'll come.
Brent is our international brand ambassador. And as always, listener number one is
Scott.
So until next week, keep talking.
And stay curious.